Away from that now, the Council of Student Union Presidents has called for the sack of the Ministers of Education and Labour for failing to resolve the ongoing ASUU strike. The union threatened to mobilize students across the country to occupy major streets in the country until the prolonged strike is called off. Helen Osamide-Akins reports.
Nigerian students have found themselves at the receiving end of the continuous strike embarked on by Academic Staff Union of Universities over unresolved issue with the federal government since 2009. It has caused untold hardship for both students and their parents due to the uncertainty of the academic calendar. Even when ASUU members get some of their demands met and return to classes, they are soon out back on strike, leaving the students to pick up the pieces of their lives with great difficulty. This is now over 5 months since ASUU embarked on its latest strike.
Then in school,
Ezine Eke is a 300-level student of the University of Nigeria. Having stayed at home for almost 6 months, she is already receiving messages from her landlord reminding her to renew the rent of her hostel accommodation, which will be due in October.
Since March, I haven't been there. March, April, May, you can count it. And then I'll go back to my dad and I'm like, my lodge rent has expired. How is he going to see it? Even if they call off strike today and I go back to school, that's like in how many months' time? Like, it's really painful, honestly.
I think at this point I was supposed to be done with school and everything. And ASUU strike has been on for a while. I mean, everybody wants to get jobs or find something to do, but like in the end, when you're trying to find something professional, you can't get it because everybody keeps demanding for your BSc results, which I do not have.
The Council of Students Union Presidents, which comprises of all students' union presidents across federal universities in Nigeria, are not taking this lightly. They are giving the government a time frame to resolve the issue or have Nigerian students in major streets of the nation's capital.
We also call for the immediate removal of the Minister of Education, Adamu, and the Minister of Labour, Chris Ngigi. We are going to shut down the activities of the airport. We are going to block major roads in the Federal Capital Territory. At least we are going to start receiving lectures in the Ministry of Education, both in the Ministry of Labour and even in the airports.
And anybody can feel free to take this as an empty threat, but time will tell if we are bluffing or if we actually have the capacity to deliver on what we are saying.
The council says that it is losing students to incessant killing from bandit attack following their prolonged stay at home, as they begged the government to look into the demands of ASUU as presented and attend to them so they could return to school. Helen Osamide-Akins, TVC News, Abuja.
For more on the lingering ASUU strike and its effect on students across the country, let's speak with Student Union Government President of the University of Jos, Danladi Joshua. He joins us live on TVC News at 7. Mr. Joshua, the strike has been on for almost half a year, about 6 months there. How exactly have the students fared using your own experiences?
Okay, thank you very much for connecting me to TVC Live. It hasn't been an easy task being on strike for 5 months without anything, and the government seems to have no interest or feel there's no need to solve the lingering ASUU strike. It has not been an easy task, whereby students are not definite about what they should do because you're afraid to engage yourself in something because you don't know when they will call off. And that has made a lot of students to stay calm, thinking they will call off, and then months keep on counting, and it has become a problem. It's more of like a waste of time because of this ASUU strike.
All right, and now as it is, the students are giving the government a 7-day ultimatum to resolve this issue, as well as calling for the sack of the Ministers of Labour and Education. This is a two-way affair. Have the students actually sat with the lecturers to discuss this issue with them, and what was the outcome?
Okay, fine. For my own institution, I've sat down with ASUU. We've had series of meetings with ASUU, talking about the chairman of ASUU University of Jos Dr. Megoro, and even the national vice chairman of ASUU is from University of Jos. The things ASUU are demanding are pertinent issues that need to be considered with all sense of seriousness. But we have a lackadaisical government and a government that is irresponsible, that has no respect for education and the future, and that is why we are suffering today. These are people who have benefited from education since at the time where it was free, but today they are frustrating the process. They are making everything difficult because I don't know. So as Council of Student Union President yesterday in Abuja, we call for the immediate removal of Minister for Education and Minister for Labor, because as it is now for a minister and your ministry to not be able to solve issues as ASUU strike for as long as 5 months, it means it has shown a level of incompetency. It has shown that the ministries has no capacity to address these issues, and therefore there's no point for them to be in those offices. They have to go. And we are not joking about these things. This is not nonsense. This is Council for Student Union President. It's not nonsense. We have the ability to bring our students to FCT and protest as expected. So it's not a ghost association. This is Student Union President, and we are serious about these things. We are not joking about it. So this is what we want. The president should remove these people.
Okay,
If
Mr.
not,
Joshua,
then it shows
I
that
believe
his government
you
lack
have
capacity
passed
to solve
that
problems.
point. You have made that point, and I believe the authorities are listening, and something would be done about
Thank
it.
you.
President of the Student Union Government, University of Jos, Danladi Joshua, thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7.
Thank you very much.